What the? Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh! Everyone did their best to comfort the grieving parents. Colin kept to himself. Everyone assumed. Oh my gosh! Get out the window! Damn! Oh, what the? Today. Oh my. Can you see? Can you understand? Why did I ask if you can see? Of course you can see me. But what I meant to Today we are playing Midnight Evil. This is a narration game. Or you can choose to listen and be boring. As the clock approached midnight, William Grinkle was fast asleep. Who the heck is William Grinkle? That better not be me, fam. Tonight was different though. He woke to a strange sound coming from the attic. What was the sound? So you're not gonna tell me what the sound was. As he climbed the stairs, he felt something. What did he feel? Can you explain things to me? He had never seen this chest before. Stop, yo. Don't open chests, y'all. Don't open hidden stuff. Just an innocent book. Now, see, that's where tonight his life would change forever. Nathan Sanders presents Midnight Evil. So, obviously it's nighttime. You got license plates on the walls, little decorative house. That's pretty cool. I don't know how he got a stoplight, well, a traffic light in his room, but we're just not gonna ask no questions. I should have looked at controls, right? Long before the first humans stood upright and took their place in the world, there was a beautiful land that was ruled by what many would come to call the Fae. Hey! Hey, we lit! These ancient beings were worshipped by mankind, but they were also feared. Humans were right to be afraid, for there were many different creatures that lived in the darkness, watching us, waiting. Hold up, wait a minute, y'all. Can y'all explain to me what the freak this is over here? There's supposed to be some great value drawers. What the heck was that? Heard something. Alright, whatever. Back to reading. Most were harmless enough, amusing themselves by causing mischief and playing pranks on humans that crossed their paths. Oh my gosh! Where was that? You freaking scumbags. However, some had more sinister intentions. The Irking, for example.
And this is when I discovered I was illiterate.
The Irking, for example.
You are an idiot!
Have developed a liking for the taste of human children. The Irking? What the? That's what the monsters are called? They eat on kids? These monsters are small, unnaturally fast, and impossible to kill. I know y'all heard that last sentence. Impossible to kill. How many games have I played where the enemy is unstoppable? Why does it keep adding up? It doesn't make sense. It's not fair. It was an unlucky tragedy. It was an unlucky tragedy for my people that we decided to build our village here, right in the middle of the Irking's territory. We have lost so many of our children over this past year. aren't enough tears in this world to weep for their loss. Next page. Cool. We good. Thankfully, though, my grandmother taught me well in the ways of my druid ancestors. I may not be able to kill a little beast, but I was able to work out a spell that binds them to this book. Okay. I can only hide it and pray that it never falls into the hands of a child. Well, you didn't hide it very well, mister. If you are reading this, know that I'm truly sorry for the demons that have now been passed on to you. Once the book is opened, you must read it out loud from beginning to end in order to return them to their magical prison. Be watchful. They only attack if you don't see them coming. Oh my god! Oh crap, I can only read when it's in my hand. I can't read from this far. What the freak? Most importantly, once you finish this book, keep it hidden so that no one ever opens it again. Okay. Let's go.
WIGS-FM 98.7 Game Talk.
Kiss FM.
Hello, darkness. My name is Nick Gloom. It's just me tonight. As you guys know, we answer game questions and talk tips and tricks. Well, Nate usually does. I don't really play most of those games. Anyway, let's get to the phones. First caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Nick. I'm wondering, how do I beat the final boss in Terminator Destruction?
How would I know that?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm stuck here working for crap money. I still can't afford to buy new Atari games. Would you like me to page
What
Nate?
is this right now?
I don't
Here's
know.
the thing.
You just
Like
cut
I
him
said,
off?
I'm working here. I don't usually come on the radio. So, I don't have as much of a bedside manner as Nate does. But it's totally fine. I bought a new OBasic book, which is the programming language for Atari, since I can't afford to buy my own Atari games, and I'm working on my own homebrew game. The pending title is Evil Midnight, where I'm not sure what you're going to have to do yet, but I think it's going to be a horror game, and it's going to be at nighttime, and it's going to be evil. Basically, you would do something all night, and then you would win. It's kind of like working here. I try to keep my head down all night, but Janet asks me to go on the air, and I'm always getting asked to do stuff. The more stuff I get asked to do, the more I get anxious and panic. It's a vicious cycle.
Is this some kind of life lesson? I just want to play Terminator.
Here's the thing.
Terminator. Wait, what? Yo, you cut off mid-sentence. What the heck is that? Dang, that looked like a lengthy chapter, yo. Look at this. Little Maggie O'Brien was the first. What the heck is going on? What is going on? What was that? The children had been playing in Hogan's Forest when they all heard a noise. It didn't pick it up because I put the book down. The children had been playing in Hogan's Forest when they all heard a noise. Sensing no danger because there were so many of them, 12 children in all decided to investigate the source of the strange sound. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Is it under my bed? Is it in the fan? As they all searched high and low, they soon realized that Maggie was missing. Frantically, oh my gosh! What the hell was that? Looked like a freaking bush. Got freaking plants walking around in the crib, man. Frantically, they've been searching for their friend. She was a small girl who loved to play hide and seek. I gotta pick up the pace, y'all. I'm sorry if I'm ruining the story, but I gotta pick up the pace there. Her big brother was Colin. Oh, oops. Her big brother Colin insisted that she was probably hiding somewhere, safe and giggling to herself as she watched everyone search for her. I had to stop. This game is cheat. How can I read? Her big brother Colin insisted that she was probably hiding somewhere, safe and giggling to herself as she watched everyone search for her. The sun sank low in the sky and the forest grew dark. Where other spots can it come from? The window? It's raining outside. Let me get that pencil real quick though. I can stab him in the eye. The children frustrated and panicked. Oh my gosh. The children frustrated and panicked. Why? Why isn't it real? Why isn't it picking it up? The children, frustrated and panicked, ran back to the village to alert their parents that little Maggie was nowhere to be found. I don't know, is this the only spawn spot? If so, we good. That's when everyone lit torches and spread out through the woods calling her name. Come on, turn that page, young boy. Oh, are you serious? The little girl, oh, what the heck? Pick up the book, you stupid bum. Oh, nope, don't pick up the book. I don't know where he's coming from. The little girl's mother sobbed desperately as we all inspected every corner of the house. Oh my gosh. You know what's getting me tight? I need to... Alright. I'm panicking right now. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Now, what's bothering me is the fact that these sentences are mad long. In English, they teach you not to do these run-on sentences like this. He's going crazy. Who is this Arthur? Arthur, are you freaking illiterate? The little girl's mother sobbed desperately as we all inspected every corner of those woods in hopes of finding her. Her brother kept searching, tears streaming down his cheeks. Oh my gosh! I'm her big brother, he said, rubbing his eyes. I'm supposed to make sure nothing happens to her. Well, make sure... Oh my... What the... How did you get in the room? I didn't even see you go that way. I can't knock over the basket or nothing? Dang. It's your fault, Colin. I can't... I have to read that whole paragraph. Are you serious? It's your fault, Colin. I assured him. It's your fault, Colin. I assured him. That doesn't count? That doesn't count? It's your fault, Colin, I assured him. We'll find her soon and she'll be no worse for wear. What? It's not reading. My mic broke mid-thing. This thing scared it. It's not your fault, Colin, I assured him. We'll find her soon and she'll be no worse for the wear. He nodded, forced a smile, and we all continued looking. The moment I heard him scream, I knew he had found her. Oh my... Take your little Furby gremlin mixture looking self out of here, son. Or rather, what was left of her, which wasn't much. What? How did this book just turn left like that? We were sure it was Maggie because she had worn her favorite hair bow that day. Her father plucked the pink ribbon from her body and fell to his knees, wailing into the darkness. Where? I'm looking around. My eyes are open for you. Poor Colin tried to tell us then. What? I'm not even reading this book properly. I'm just freaking rambling. He said that she had been covered in what he described as little green men. The freak? Yo, how long is this book? Yo, this chapter, son. Dang. They were fat and green. Nope. I won't do it. With bright glowing eyes, they were biting off bits of skin and flesh. We all attributed to horrible ordeal to a hungry wild animal. Can I enjoy my reading, please? Of course, what else could it possibly be? Scooping up what remained of little Maggie, the townsfolk set to work preparing for the funeral. I definitely read that wrong. Scooping up what remained of little Maggie, the townsfolk set to work preparing for her funeral. Oh, get out the window, you freaking scumbag. I thought to myself how strange her wounds looked. I couldn't help but think back to what Colin had said about the little green men. It made me think of the stories my grandmother used to tell me. Oh, I messed up. I still got it. I'm in control here. She said that our druid ancestors spoke of tiny creatures that lived long ago in the swamps and marshes surrounding our lands. The Urkings, she called them. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where are you? My palms is sweaty. I'm only using one hand. I don't understand. There were 3 tribes, each being their own breed of evil. One tribe, I recall, she said were green and fat. And there's an airplane flying over my house trying to interrupt my freaking... They would lure children away from safety and feast on their flesh. Turn the page. Oh, yes, last paragraph. We didn't live near swamps. Surely the boy's mind was playing tricks on him. Besides the Urking... Oh, wow, I didn't even see that L in that word the whole time. Besides the Urklings weren't real. They couldn't be. Oh, I thought it was in front of me. Oh, I was about to cry. Oh my gosh. Go to sleep, go to sleep. Whew. That was only chapter 1. That was the most insane chapter. My hand is like... Oh, here we go. Maggie O'Brien's funeral was just what anyone would expect. Everyone did their best to comfort their grieving parents. Colin kept to himself. Everyone assumed it was because... Why didn't it just pick all of that up that I read? Everyone did their best to comfort the grieving parents. Colin kept to himself. Everyone assumed... Oh my gosh. Get out the window! Dang! Oh, what the... I was looking at it though. But I was looking at it though. Why did it do that? I thought I was in charge. Maggie O'Brien's funeral was just what anyone would expect. Or not, because it didn't pick that up. Maggie O'Brien's funeral was just what anyone would expect. Or not. Maggie O'Brien's funeral was just what anyone would expect. There we go. Back at it. That jump scare made me kick out my mic port. Everyone did their best to comfort the grieving parents. Colin kept to himself. Everyone assumed it was because he blamed himself. After his sister had been laid to rest, I came to him to ask him how he was doing. He looked up at me, eyes red from crying, lack of sleep or combination of the two, and said, I really saw them, the little green monsters. I read that whole thing, but nothing was... I am getting aggravated. I'm about to put the mic in my face. He looked up at me, eyes red from either crying, lack of sleep, or a combination of the two, and said, I really saw them, the little green monsters. No, I'm looking at you. No, you're not getting me that time. My heart ached as I put my arms around the boy. What the freak was that? Where did that come from just now? I kept telling myself that seeing his little sister in pieces couldn't have been easy for him. He was just in shock. Their stories of the Urklings were only told to scare children into doing what they were told. That was all. Gotta freaking keep looking up every time. Have you ever read a book and just kept looking up after each sentence? No, because no one does that. The first thing my grandmother told me about the Urklings was that they were 3 tribes. The green ones had round bellies and piercing blue eyes. She said that what? I keep messing up. I'm choking right now. I think my lips is too dry. I think I might need some Blistex. She said they could be heard if you walk deep into the swamp at night. Oh, this must be the end of the chapter. Come on. They would laugh and sing. They danced around their tiny campfires, which would appear only as tiny flickering lights through the trees. Oh, look at it. Okay, go back. They were the least lethal of the 3 tribes, but every bit as evil. The red ones were more temperamental and even faster than their green cousins. Are you in the hallway? Come out! What the heck was that? A data block? What the heck did I just find? These green things is leaving green shards on my freaking carpet, man. They didn't sing or dance around campfires, and their celebrations were a bit more gruesome. Oh! He just standing there the whole time. They prefer to eat children from the inside out. He was standing there next to me. He could have killed me at any chance. It was even thought by some that they were only red because they were stained by blood of their victims. Fiery red bristle-like hair sprouted from the top of their heads, and their glowing yellow eyes seemed cold and calculating. The pale Earthlings were in another class altogether. They had white skin and wild, untamed blue hair that flowed out in every direction. I thought it was the end! I was fooled! The most unsettling thing about them was that they had no eyes at all, yet they somehow were the most keen and efficient killers of the three. Grandmother said that their long, weary hair somehow sensed the presence of location of children. Oh, get him, get him. There were some things that all three tribes had in common. Earthlings prefer... Oh, what? I missed one. Okay, I did it. Earthlings preferred to eat right after midnight and would only attack if the child didn't make direct eye contact with them. I reassured myself that the O'Brien girl being attacked barely after sunset meant that she had to have been a victim of a wild animal attack. Freak out of here. Few of the men in the village came together to hunt down the beast that killed the girl. They came back 2 days later, carrying the carcass of a large wolf. The whole village breathed a sigh of relief, and a big celebration was held. The only one besides myself that remained anxious was Colin. Looking at his face that night, I knew that he believed the creatures that killed Maggie were still out there, waiting. Ooh, he was right. He was, cause they freaking right here in my crib.
WIGS-FM 98.7 Game Talk.
Come on with this dang radio
Hello,
station.
darkness.
What's up, my old
Welcome
friend?
to the top of the hour. Again, I'm your host, Nick Gloom, filling in for Nate tonight. That was an interesting hour, I must say.
That was an
I don't know,
hour.
Janet. I feel like these kids don't like me. Hey, Janet, do you like me? And she's walking away, folks.
Ha! Yeah.
Anyway, caller, you're on the air.
Hey Nick, just calling in, wanted to say that you suck.
I just had a feeling that was coming. I feel like I'm not as approachable as Nate is. Oh yeah, so anyway, I forgot there's a sponsor slot I was supposed to fill last hour. This one goes out to all you greasy, pizza-faced listeners. Are you tired of popping pimples?
Ew, gross.
Do some zits appear over and over and you have to keep popping them?
Gross.
Kind of like that popular video game, Mole Whacker? From the creators of Simple Pimple comes the revolutionary cream, Pimple Buster. The all-in-one,
Ew.
scientifically formulated pimple-destroying cream. Call 155-PIM-PLES. But hurry before supplies run out. That's 155-PIMPLES.
Let me write this one.
You know, Janet, I think Evil Midnight could use some Mole Whacker inspiration. Something to keep the player on their toes.
What did they say?
Or at least that last prank caller could drink some of that Pimple Buster. I don't know what it is.
So this is chapter 3. Let's get it. The next day, Maggie's mother visited her daughter's grave, discovering something that was more than a little strange. The earth on the grave was disturbed as if something had crawled its way out. Oh, clawed its way, but it still accepted it. I couldn't help but remember what grandmother had said about the red Earthlings. Where was that? Where did that just come from? Where? Somebody tell me where that came from just now. I'm sick of this. They're not about to get me. They're not about to get me. They would burrow inside their victims and eat their way out. Yo, these ones are aggressive. Dang. Could it be that we brought a whole tribe of them right into the village without even knowing it? Why you wait till night? Who's this kid I'm playing as? Why would he wait till nighttime to read this book? Read it when it's daylight outside. Dang. The answer would come soon enough. What the? Oh! Oh my God! Oh! I just got freaking quadruple teamed. The whole tribe was in my room just now. And your boy stopped them all because he's really the GOAT, man. Get out of here. Jacob McLaren was found torn to shreds in his bed the following morning. Oh, wait. It's green too? Green ones are freaking aggressive. They come right in your face. They don't even care. Obviously, a wild animal hadn't attacked him inside his own house. Another devastating family and another funeral this soon after Maggie didn't sit well with anyone. The atmosphere became even more tense and uncomfortable. I insisted on inspecting Jacob's remains myself, just to reassure myself that there was nothing hiding inside. Colin approached me afterwards, asking what I was looking for. I told him it was nothing, but he knew better. You believe me about the monsters, don't you? His young face was determined as he spoke. You're the only one that doesn't look at me like I'm crazy. I swallowed hard, started to deny it. But the words caught in my throat, and as much as I tried, I couldn't lie. I don't think you're crazy, but we need to be sure of what we're dealing with before we spark a full-blown panic. I think... Alright. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But I think that glowingness means that they're close. Tell me what exactly what happened. Colin took a deep breath, working up his nerve. It was so dark, but I had a good torch. Oh, I see you. Son. All over her were these fat little green monsters. Okay, we chill. They had mouthfuls of pointy teeth that looked like needles and massive clawed hands. Just then, a twig snapped under my foot and they all stopped what they were doing and looked right at me. Yeah, I heard that airplane just now. Yeah, this is what I have to go through. That's when I screamed and they scattered. They were gone before any other grown-ups got to me. His eyes filled with tears at the memory. Please, tell me what they are. No more than 11 or 12, having just lost his sister and now his friend. Back up. Well, it's supposed to be 2 more, right? No one had believed him. Oh, what? I just looked at the word and just didn't understand it. Oh, that game is broken because it picked up my sentence. Okay. You know why though, right? That's because I said the sentence in my mind and communicated. Forget what I was about to say. It couldn't have been easy, but he opened up to me. I felt it only right that I tell him what I knew. Oh my God. We sat together by the bonfire late into the night and I told him all the old stories. Unfortunately, the one thing that my grandmother hadn't mentioned was how to get rid of them. Looking into the flames, I got an idea. We will just have to test what happens to the Earthling when it's on fire. What the freak? What is this? Were those the Earthling figurines right there? Dang. What is this? Okay, so we're at chapter 4 now. This is actually... I didn't think it was gonna be this hard to read a book. But you know what they say. Honestly, the only book reference I think of was you don't judge a book by its cover. So yeah, you know what they say. Don't judge a book by its cover. And on that note, that's it. I'm concluding this. Until next time. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to splash all the A1 on that like button. Subscribe today to get all that sauce. And you know, like I always say, be happy, be bright, and be you. Have a good day, everybody.
Why you always putting on the show? I ain't finna fall down. Fourth quarter shorty, I'ma ball out. Don't go to work, baby, call